We'll start with the Reds, looking to grab a big series win over the Cardinals before flying through the night and into the morning into the West Coast to begin a road trip in Los Angeles against the Dodgers tomorrow. And the Cardinals ace, Adam Wainwright, was dominant in this one. 8 innings pitched, tied a career high with 12 strikeouts. Mike Leake pitched well for the Reds, too. He struck out 8, went 6 innings, but kind of a hard luck loss tonight as the Reds offensively could generate nothing. Zach Cozart did have 2 hits. That was the lone offensive highlight. Reds flew through the night into the wee hours of the morning to the West Coast. They'll get the Dodgers, start of a 3-game series on Monday. 2006, the last time an American-born driver won the Indy 500. Sam Hornish Jr. did it that day, and it's been a long wait ever since. A wait which, as it turns out, was worthwhile, given the finish we had today at the Brickyard. A final 5-6 laps people will be talking about for a while. Kurt Busch pulled double duty today, Indy in the afternoon, stock cars in Carolina tonight. 26 to go, James Hinchcliffe makes it 3 wide coming off a turn. At those speeds, that's never easy. Ed Carpenter, the pole sitter, got caught up in it, wasn't happy with Hinchcliffe's maneuver. 10 laps to go, Townsend Bell. Well, he got loose, and that's all it takes in those cars to watch them split apart like glass. From 5th place to out, caution to clean the track. Final laps now, Ryan Hunter-Reay and Helio Castroneves took turns passing one another for the final 5 laps, but Ray's last pass was the winning pass, and he held off Castroneves barely. 0.06 of a second to take the checkered flag. And of course, that big bottle of milk afforded to the winner in Indy at the Brickyard. Ryan Hunter-Reay, the first American-born driver to win the Indianapolis 500.
I didn't really know when it needed to happen or how it needed to happen, but I knew we had to get by Helio, and I knew it was going to be probably around the long way, you know, around the outside. But did a good little maneuver there, faked to one side, went to the other, cut a little grass on the way, I think, and just barely squeezed by him. But hats off to my fellow competitors, racing us clean. We raced them clean, and it was good, hard IndyCar racing at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy 500. It was awesome. So much tradition here. On
Memorial Day weekend, American-born driver wins in Indy. The Cyclones return to the ice in Geenville for a crucial Game 5, 2-all in the series, and a chance for the Clones to take the advantage heading back to U.S. Bank Arena for Games 6 and 7 if necessary. Kelly Cup playoffs, East Finals, Game 5, and that was 1-0 Geenville in the third, but finally the Clones would get on board. Trevor Lewis with the wrist shot for the 2-1 lead, and it was a 1-1 game. That late third, this shot by Zach Budish goes off a skate, off a Road Warrior. Take another look into the Geenville net. 2-1, Cyclones take the lead. Rob Medor once again lights out in the postseason between the pipes. He stopped 29 shots of the 30 shots on goal he faced. Clones take a pivotal Game 5, 2-1 win over Geenville, up 3-2 in the series. They'll have 2 chances now at home to win the Eastern Conference title.
You know, it was hard. It was, it's playoff hockey. I was expecting it to be a battle, and it was. And the guys have been playing great, and I just wanted to make sure that, I stepped in and I was able to contribute and keep up with them. And the goal felt good. It had some eyes on it, so just threw it to the net and fortunately went in.
They say you must crawl before you can walk, and then walk before you can run. For a 4-year-old Dominic Francis, each of those steps has been a challenge, but now he's gotten strong enough to race. Brad Johansen has more from Children's Hospital.
It's something Dominic was born with. Actually, it's something each of us are born with. The need to feel special. As Dominic has grown, he's yearned to feel something else. He was born 2.5 months premature with cerebral palsy and a cortical eye impairment. He spent his first 6 months of life in ICU. He makes noises and hand signals, a painstaking process to make people understand what he wants.
He's got a lot to say, and even though he can't communicate the way we do, he gets it out, and he tells us what he wants. And so seeing the abilities that he continues to gain, he is an amazing little boy.
Laura works at home for a marketing company in Denver. She used to travel, not anymore. Dominic needs 24-hour care, and most of it's on Dad. Gary stays home full-time with Dominic.
There are nights when you get about 2 hours of sleep, and it makes it kind of hard to function, but, what are the options?
The options have increased in the last 3 years for Dominic, who spends 3 days at preschool, 2 days a week at Children's Hospital's Perlman Center with therapists like Melissa.
Every little and big accomplishment that all of these kids and adults make is like watching my kids cross the finish line and get an A on a test and be picked for the team. And
Melissa told Laura and Gary Dominic should race.
the first race was not so much for Dominic as it was for Laura and Gary. They needed to have that positive reinforcement of their community to see Dominic and to see his abilities.
The Special K is a 40-yard race to kick off the 5K. Not really a race at all. It's more of an exercise in being non-special. First year, Dominic didn't make it more than a few feet. Last year, produced progress.
So to see him have that freedom was amazing. And to see him have that pride, you could see the huge smile on his face and see that he was just thrilled with himself to be able to do this and to go where he wanted to go and have that sense of independence.
And for Dad, who has so many days when special is just plain frustrating.
It was one of the best moments to see him able to be typical.
Typical. That's what Dominic's after. Even if for a moment, just to feel like a typical kid. He didn't finish last year, but he got a medal. This year, maybe he'll make it all 40 yards.
And show the world that even though I might sit in a chair a lot of the times, I can also walk and run and stomp and have all of the mobility as long as I have the right equipment and the right support. Yeah, and to show off that you want to run right now, don't you?
Wouldn't that be special? Thank you. Brad Johansen, Local 12 News.
And that 40-yard race was held this weekend in conjunction with the 5K, and Dominic crossed the finish line. Certainly a proud moment for the 4-year-old and Mom and Dad. Great job by everyone who participated in this weekend's run, including one of Local 12's own, Zach Hempel, the son of one of our engineers, Joe. What a week for Adam Scott. Last year's Masters champ got married, passed Tiger Woods, and became the world's top-ranked player, then put himself in position to defend that ranking in style at the Colonial in Fort Worth, where a win would give him victories in all 4 of the PGA Tour's Texas tournaments. We'll pick things up with Adam on 14. That big belly putter. It's a nice-looking birdie roll. Gives him the lead at 9 under par. Jason Duffner on 18. Long putt. No problem. Duffner nails the birdie putt on the 72nd hole, forces a playoff in the extra session. It's Duffner for the win, and he's going to miss this one just to the right. Not by much. We play on. Back to hole number 17. Here's Scott from the fringe, kind of right on the fringe, and drops that in for birdie. So a chance for Duffner now. Sinks his following a great approach shot. Center cup. Great chip shot by Scott on the next playoff hole. Set him up just a few feet away from the cup. Duffner missed his birdie. Scott not missing his. Drops that one in for the birdie and the title. Adam Scott wins the Colonial, making it a Texas Slam. He's won all 4 PGA Tour events staged in the Lone Star State. Coca Cola 600 NASCAR tonight in Charlotte. 12 laps to go. Jimmie Johnson running second to Matt Kenseth. But with 10 left, look at the bump drafting about to happen here. And Johnson uses a little slingshot. Gets around Kenseth on the low side. Takes the lead with 9 to go. And then held on for the checkered flag. Jimmie Johnson wins in Charlotte, his first of 2014. Kurt Busch, who did that rare double today at the Indianapolis 500. Car trouble tonight. He finished 40th.